Alright, you know what? We're going to try to sneak in a second one without starting or stopping the cameras because I know the batteries are going. So, in 3, 2...
Yo, this is Quiet Man from South Philly, PA, and you're watching Walton, PA, repping the Keystone State. Ride safe.
Hello and welcome to the Walton, PA YouTube channel. My name is Walt, and I am the bug slayer. I'm hitting so many lightning bugs right now. I have a feeling that when I get off the bike, when I get home, my black leather jacket is going to be glowing green. I don't ordinarily ride this late, but it's been a long day, and I just wanted to get out on the bike, clear my head a little bit, and take the opportunity. So here I am on my way home as it's getting darker. But that's why motorcycles have headlights. You know, the other day I lost a whole bunch of moto vlogs due to some technical difficulties, and there was one particular episode that was just a bunch of random stuff, and there was one, I don't know, there was one little random story in there that I thought was particularly amusing, and I was a little bummed out that I lost it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna re-record that little story, even if it does wind up being really short. So here we go. So years ago, I was working at a commercial wood shop, and at the time I was working in the office, and my work schedule was the same as the shop. So I got there at like 5:30 in the morning, and the sales team would get there, I don't know, around 7, 8 o'clock, and they worked later in the afternoon. The shop got done earlier. So the one day, one of the salesmen comes into the office, takes his lunch upstairs, puts it in the refrigerator, goes down into his office, and he starts working for the day. And, you know, I'm wandering around the building looking for something, and there's just this awkward smell. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. And as I get out to the showroom, it's getting stronger and stronger. And it was unmistakably a skunk by the time I got into the showroom. And the closer I got to Gary, the salesman, the stronger it got. I'm like, Gary, why do you reek like a skunk? And he says, well, I came out of my house this morning, and I started walking down the sidewalk, and a skunk jumped out from between two parked cars and sprayed me. Now, you gotta understand that I was working in downtown Reading, and Gary lived right near where we worked. He was like walking distance away. There's no forests. There's like, of all the things to come out of nowhere is a skunk in a city. So he gets sprayed by the skunk. He runs in his house, he changes his clothes, he gets a shower, and then he decides to come into work. And his thought process is, well, it's no big deal. You know, I've just got this skunk smell up my nose. I don't really smell. It's just stuck in my nose. So he came to work. Oh, he smelled so bad. So bad that the owner wound up sending him home because it was so distracting. The secretary was sitting at her desk covering her nose and like with tears in her eyes from the smell. So anyway, as I said, Gary came in the morning and he put his lunch in the refrigerator. Well, he was carrying his lunch in one of those plastic grocery bags, you know, just to put in the refrigerator when he got to work. Well, the plastic bag must have got hit by the spray. So when he put it in the refrigerator, the smell permeated everything. I used to buy bottled water, and I would keep, you know, like half a case of water in the refrigerator. And the smell, like, somehow got through the plastic bottle. And just, oh, it was terrible. Everyone's lunch was ruined. It was just a miserable thing. I can't imagine getting sprayed by a skunk. It'd be just downright awful. And, you know, and as I was telling this story the first time, the immediate thought that popped into my head was, you know, if there is anyone watching this right now that knows how to deal with the skunk, it's got to be Mr. G. I'm sure he's got some sort of home remedy, or he's got to know. So, Mr. G, if you're out there, do you have any tips on how to deal with getting sprayed by a skunk? Well, guys, I think I ran out of content. All I wanted to do was just retell that story because I thought it was funny, and I think of it kind of humorously. Anytime I smell a skunk, I'm reminded of the time Gary came to work after being sprayed in downtown Reading. So I think I'm just gonna let the camera run a little bit. If something else comes to mind, maybe we'll talk about it. If not, maybe you'll get some, I don't know, get to see downtown Pottstown as I ride through it in just a minute. There's a lot of people out walking tonight. That's good to see. You know, with all this COVID stuff going on, it's nice to see people out and about, getting around. However you feel about the whole mask thing, some people are wearing them, some people aren't. You know, I'd really like to do a ride, like a destination ride to someplace in Pottstown to show it off, because it's a cool little city. But I don't really know that there's anything to show you. Right up here, not this light, but the next one is High Street. And when I was a kid, it was the drag strip. Not for racing or anything, but kids would come down here in their cars and they would drive up and down and up and down and up and down all hours of the night. You know, kind of showing off their cars, hanging out, being cool. Well, the city didn't like that, so they changed it from 2 lanes of traffic in each direction to 1 with, you know, this angular parking situation. And ever since that happened, the traffic, you know, you don't have the cruisers out here at night anymore, but the nightlife just quite isn't what it used to be. You know, it used to be kind of lively down here, and well, I mean, to be honest, I don't get down here to walk around very often, hardly ever. But it just doesn't seem to be as vibrant as it used to be ever since the city made that change. Oh, the camera's still recording. My face shield is covered in bugs. It's so bad that it almost looks like I'm looking through a kaleidoscope. There's just spots everywhere. But I guess that's what happens when you go down a road next to a river covered by trees as it's getting darker. You know, I don't ride very often at night. I'm sure I mentioned that in this episode already, but this is one of those situations where I'm kind of regretting not buying high-vis gear. Just, you know, for the random occasion when I am out here when the visibility is low. Because I'm decked out in black. I got black pants on, black leather riding jacket, gray helmet. It's dark. And the only thing I got going for me is some reflective patches on my gear and the bright headlight on this bike. Oh man, after you can tell that summer is coming to a close. It's 8 o'clock and it's already dark. I mean, just a month and a half ago it was light out at 9. Which is a little unfortunate. I like the longer days. I don't like the 90 plus heat, but I do like being able to do things outside a little bit longer and having natural light to do it. Well, I have a feeling this camera is going to die any minute now, so I'm just going to record the exit now and then talk afterwards, and we'll just kind of jumble it together if that's the way it works. So with that said, thank you for watching this video. This dark and awkward video from Walton, PA. But thank you for all the support that you've shown me over the past few months. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please click on the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click that notification bell. That'll let you know whenever new content is published to my channel. And as always, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one.